back here on Jiggy Jag TV, jiggygagtv.com. Yes, indeed, rosslong.info. Go over and check those sites out. This CD right here, Jason Boland, one of the big CDs right now in Red Dirt Country, and I happen to have Jason Boland with me. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Well, tell me about some of the things you guys have been doing. First of all, tell me about the CD. This thing is incredible. This thing is just flying out of stores and off the internet, and people are actually buying it. They're not illegally downloading it.
Yeah, there's still some folks that, I think most of them are still in this genre that are still buying, at least some albums at shows, and we'll go to stores and pound them a little bit, try to get some of them on the, we don't know how many more years we're going to be buying records this way. I don't know how it's going to get phased out, but I see that record stores going out left and right.
Yeah. Well, you got some incredible stuff on here. 19 songs. How long did it take you to write and get this all put together? Man?
We decided we weren't going to do the same songs from Live at Billy Bob's, so we just looked through the older material and then what had sprung up recently, Blowing Through the Hills, and then some older tunes that we thought would be fun to revisit, Gallo del Cielo and Backslider Blues. So the covers that we were doing, they just happened to be in the set at the time, Tulsa time, and we're usually doing some Merle Haggard, some Waylon, and this time it was some Hag. We got Rainbow Stew on there, but Pat Mansky and Mike Morgan, the guys out at the Zone, out in Dripping Spring, they did a great job. They followed us around for 4 shows and let the tape fly, and we just told them, give us back each night what you thought was the best.
Yeah.
So if you'll notice, the crowd get louder sometimes, and it starts off, you can tell it's a real intimate crowd. And I'm not sure Night to Night what those are from, but we listened to it all, and we knew what we would be fine with and what we would, definitely got a problem on this one, on this time, you get that, but after you go a little bit eye test blind of listening to one, listening to another, I mainly trusted them. Whatever they thought came across nice, and really what they gave me back. I think a couple of things I said, go back and see if there was maybe one night was better on this, but the main point being no overdubs were done. We just found something.
Now you're categorized as a Red Dirt Country artist. What the hell's Red Dirt Country?
It's a label, and labels are to sell things. I don't know. It's
a truthful answer, yes.
I asked Jackson Taylor a couple weeks ago. I'm like, "What's Red Dirt Country?" And he's like, "I don't know."
It's all geographic. It's just where I guess because within this geographical alternative country roots rock scene, whatever it is, one of the biggest labels within it is Texas Music. Well, you're not going to call us and Stoney and John D. Hale guys that aren't from Texas. It's just, you can be part of that. You can be on a Texas music show, and it was weird that got co-opted. So now they really throw in the Red Dirt. Well, there's a lot of this, so it's Texas Red Dirt, Texas Red Dirt, and I don't know. And then you guys like us that say, well, we see it more distinct between country and rock, but ultimately it's a lot of guys out there living their dreams and hopefully making the music they're proud of.
That's cool.
And it is. It's a wonderful scene to be a part of, and it's going to be interesting to see how it matures and develops and dies and is reborn, and it has before and it will again.
Well, tell me about this acoustic show you did a couple weeks ago over at the W in Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Heck of a show. They were hanging from the rafters for this thing.
It was fun.
Brian Rogers was telling me he was scalping tables. There was all sorts of things going on.
It was a fun show. It was Roger and I just doing what we really started out doing, which was Two Fools on a Stool,
That sounds like a band.
Is that a technical reference?
No,
Is that a technical term?
No, I think actually, I know Tommy Alverson and Doc and a couple of those. I think they had 3 fools on a stool. And
okay.
I can't remember who all there is. Three fools on stools. I guess you couldn't fit us both on one. That would be interesting. That would be another feat too.
But you guys have been able to, like with this CD, this thing is amazing. Tell me about how your music has changed since the Bourbon Legend in 2006.
Well, you start out and you're writing about what you know, and when you're young, those things are different, hopefully, than what you are. So you start out and you write those early 19 and 20-year-old songs, and then you meet people that say, well, there's deeper things you can write about, and then life makes you deeper as a person, hopefully. But I don't think we've ever tried to depart too much from the good times and having fun with what we do, and lighthearted songs. They don't all have to be rewriting scripture or something. They're still chug-a-lug, but
Well, I understand you and one of your bandmates were in the same fraternity together.
Yep.
Is this true?
Yeah, Brad and I.
So, is that the idea how you guys got the band together, or?
No, not really. We more met after the disillusion with college, and you go off there, and it was weird. How many ways could I talk about it? It was strange going up to I guess any university, but for me, going from the middle of Oklahoma, Hera, up to Stillwater, it wasn't enough of a change, but it was a change. And I guess for me personally, I looked at a lot of the avenues I could have gone down weren't the ones that they said were the ones that you were going to make money doing. It was history or anything that interests you. Don't mess with that. Go to business, or go to get a good trade or something. So I was in business, and it was interesting sometimes. I still just gravitated to the social science classes, and still who I was, and then outside of Stillwater there was a campfire circle of gypsies and pickers, Bob Childers, Tom Skinner, and all those guys, and that was one of the first deepenings from being just a kid from the suburbs and Hera, and just growing up on east side of Oklahoma City.
A couple final questions. I appreciate you doing this, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are busy all the damn time. Tulsa Time.
Yeah.
The video, it gets a lot of views on the internet through YouTube, Daily Motion, all these places. Why are people so enamored with this video?
That song's infectious. There's those great two chord songs throughout history. Don't think Hank done it this way, and this is one of them. Tulsa Time just has that infectious, groovy, country, rootsy vibe that I don't know. It's tough to deny, and it's been a while since they'd heard it really, and it was one of those that I got several people saying, well, how'd you settle on that? And it was a couple of industry people. And I could just tell they were thinking, that one got away. It was perfect time to remake that one. That should have been one of ours. And it would have blew up that one artist for 30 minutes, and they would have, had a label sinking money, and then them trying to recoup that. We're not trying to climb any of those rungs of pop culture. We just want a grassroots.
That's cool.
Movement with I always say, in one of Willie's oldest friends and co-workers, Ben Dorsey, everybody calls him Lovey. I don't ask people questions too much about things in the industry or what, but one guy that I would want to ask a question, and I said, well, Lovey, what's your favorite Willie Nelson song? He said, On the Road Again. Just and then I thought about it. It's just going down the road and making music with your friends. Not too. You don't have to think about it much more than that.
Well, one final thing. I know you guys have the Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and all that.
Do we?
On the website, who does the tweeting? Who does all this? Is it you guys in the band, or is it some guy in a building somewhere?
Oh no, it's on the road. It's red. It's red. And we have input. It's just several of us guys are, not that we're technically reverse or anything. Yeah, some are.
You got one of those barcodes, those QR codes on your website?
I'm one of those that stays out as much as I can and tries not to mess with it, because I'm just not
Yeah.
I'm not a big Cossack Connection person. It's just,
Yeah.
it's too George Orwell for me.
There you go. Well, I appreciate it, Jason. Thanks for doing this, bro.
Thank you.
And my thanks to Jason Boland. And if you get a chance, check out their website, stragglers.com.
TheStragglers.com.
And you've been watching Jiggy Jag TV.